God's Word Many Voices has been providing reflections on the Sunday readings for more than 2 years. We will now occasionally provide videos of the authors presenting their homilies. This first video presents Gloria Ulterino and her reflection on the readings for the 20th Sunday in Ordinary Time, October 8, 2017. To view the text of this reflection and learn more about the mission of God's Word, Many Voices, please visit our website.
Violence, mayhem, and murder. What a tough gospel, to say nothing of Isaiah's judgment. Are we to be forever stuck with a God who seemingly hurls thunderbolts, who seemingly indicts and punishes? Listen again to the God of Isaiah, because very likely there is much more going on here. What more was there for me to do for my vineyard that I had not already done? Listen again to the God of Jesus. I sent slaves and more slaves. I even sent my son, and still they did not hear. What more could I have done? Isn't that the cry of a heartbroken, rejected God, who only yearns to have people respond, and yet apparently to no avail? Now, all of us, you and I, we know heartbreak and rejection. I remember listening to people in the parish crying out to the heavens about a beloved child who was stuck in addiction, and how was it that this child had forgotten everything that they had learned growing up? And how many times have we cried out to the heavens ourselves after yet another failure, after yet another rejection? What more could I have done? And surely, surely we are all heartbroken over the events of this past week in Las Vegas. And surely we have recoiled at the spewed out hatred of white supremacists armed to the teeth marching through the streets of Charlottesville. We will not be replaced by Jews. Surely we know, unfortunately, that our isms are still very much with us. That blacks can still be pulled off the road for seemingly no apparent reason by some cops. That women are still told that they are not fit matter for ordination. That LGBTQ people are still subject to name calling. We all know rejection and heartbreak, don't we? But have we ever considered that it is precisely those experiences that can help us understand and identify with our heartbroken God? Can we hear today's gospel through that lens? Now, it's a familiar story, first written by Mark, also by Luke. But it's only Matthew who has God, the owner of the vineyard, openly lament and yearn for people who will get it, who will see, hear, and understand so that their fisted hearts will be softened. It's only Matthew who has the God long to give the kingdom to another people who will produce the fruit of the kingdom. Now, where is Jesus in all of this? I suspect that maybe he's frustrated at least by now. I mean, he's fed people, he's healed people, he's taught people everything he's heard from the depths of his heart from his God. How is it then that there are still some religious leaders who don't see, don't hear, haven't responded? Don't they know that God only yearns to have us dig deeper and deeper and deeper into the soil of our hearts till we get to the very core, so that we can see and hear and receive and act upon the whoosh and the flow and the energy of God's love for us all? Well, one woman did. A young Dutch Jewish woman named Etty Hillesum, who was killed in Auschwitz in November of 1943 at the age of 27. But not before she recorded a diary of her continual efforts to be a lover of God. And it tickled me when she called herself a kneeler in training. And I really could identify when she also talked about every day getting into her heart and digging out the rubble that was there. But in the end, here's what she said. Peace could only come when we have all vanquished and transformed our hatred for our fellow human beings of whatever race, even into love one day. Although perhaps that's asking too much. But she insisted, no, that was absolutely necessary. It was only that could bring peace. Now, in her very last letter to a friend, she said this, and it's touched me deeply. If only we care enough, God is in good hands with us. God is in good hands with us. Now, how can we care enough? How can we care that much? It's tough, isn't it? I mean, you know, the cranky people and the difficult people, ourselves included, and the ones with whom we continually disagree, well, we're all going to be there. And yet, there's more, so much more. There's Paul writing to his beloved community in Philippi, writing from a prison cell, probably in Ephesus, where he has come to know, as I'm sure Etty did, that his real prison guard, the one who watched over him, was none other than this God of peace. The one, he says, who is true and just and honorable and worthy of our praise. The only one who can help us when we really need it. So, we have that to go on. We have just to look around at so many people of us who do our little bits day in and day out to try to live that out. I mean, there's the woman I met who loves to bake and greet people with a pie of welcome. There's Father James Martin, who shows us a way to building a bridge between LGBTQ people and the official church, a way that is built on respect and compassion and sensitivity. But even more, he walks the talk, even in the face of surly attacks. And how many people we've discovered over the last week who have heroically put their own lives on the line to help somebody else. Indeed. We are living this out one way or another, doing our best at least to do that. So then what do we say about our God? We say this: our God is not a punishing God who throws thunderbolts. That God is only a human invention of broken, suffering people who, for whatever reason, have not accepted the lavish love of God. No, our God is so much more. Our God has chosen to become vulnerable to us, to suffer with us and for us, for our sake, for the sake of our world, so that we might turn again and again and again and never give up, but turn so that we can begin to mirror this God more and more. And then we can help heal the heartbreak of our God.